Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, May 30th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 549 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. California faces another drought as lake beds turn to dust, a photo essay. My dad criticized the Vietnam War while he was a POW. Here's what he'd tell troops today. Letters to the editor. This is what conservatives find so radical about critical race theory. Racist, hateful recordings show the Wyandotte County DA's integrity unit had none. Jeremy Clarkson reveals heartache filming farming TV series. There were fights, fires, and even a striptease on a police cruiser's roof after a viral TikTok party in Seattle descended into chaos. About 40 years old and living with parents, meet South Korea's kangaroo tribe. Samantha Ajaparty, Australia's notorious con artist sentenced for child theft. Women who admitted hiding black and Latino kids with their car was racially motivated sentenced to 25 years in prison. Africa's political dynasties, how presidents groom their sons for power. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Boris Johnson married in stealth ceremony, The New York Times. At least 20 people shot, 2 killed at Northwest Miami Dade concert, WPLG Local 10. Republicans who embrace Trump's big lie run to become election officials, The Guardian. B.J. Thomas, raindrops keep falling on my head singer, dies at 78, The New York Times. American Airlines joins Southwest in delaying alcoholic beverage sales as passenger violence rises, Fox Business. 3 thoughts prior to the Dallas Mavericks facing the Los Angeles Clippers in Game 4, Mavs Moneyball. Tens of thousands protest in Brazil demanding Bolsonaro's impeachment and better vaccine access, CNN. Daily Schmankerl, the aftermath of Chelsea's Champions League victory over Manchester City, Bayern Munich won, Bavarian football works. Miles Teller sets the record straight about getting punched in the face, Vulture. NHL game highlights Maple Leafs vs. Canadiens, Game 6, May 29, 2021, Sportsnet. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Report, experts believe prosecutors are mulling Little Rico mob law against Trump org. CEO pay rises to $12.70 even as pandemic ravages economy. China censors Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, LGBTQ fans on Friends reunion. Former NBA All-Star dies after bicycle crash. Rep. Terry Connolly calls on Biden to create January 6th commission after cowardly GOP vote. Actor Gavin McLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. Texas GOP puts final touches on sweeping voting restrictions. Mary J. Blige inducted into Apollo Theater's Walk of Fame. Yellowstone Rangers investigating a conceived grizzly bear photoshoot. Tia Mowry's 3-year-old daughter was hilariously unimpressed by her birthday song. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Fawn rescued from well with help of wildlife refuge. Boy gets caught, killed in roll-up gate. Cities warn app using their names without permission. Airline adds 60 jobs at Lincoln Airport. Police board sues Kansas City. Strong winds toss small airplanes at Texas airport. High school graduates shot 8 times during drive-by. Grounded Air Force Reserve pilot returns to the sky. On cam, Jeep swipes ICE squad car, catches on fire. PD, woman found dismembered, boyfriend sought. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Memorial Day, Capitol Hill, French Open, your weekend briefing. Boris Johnson married in stealth ceremony. Send in the bugs, the Michelangelos need cleaning. At the French Open, Djokovic, Federer and Nadal all aim to win. On that edge of fear, one woman struggled with sickle cell pain. Good for the soul, giant murals turn Sao Paulo into open-air gallery. Nepal's COVID crisis worsens as workers pay the price. How the religious right made same-sex marriage a gay rights crusade. B.J. Thomas, raindrops keep falling on my head singer, dies at 78. Marcelo Zuna arrested on domestic violence charges. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Ken Starr, Religious Liberty in Crisis, here's how we defend America's culture of freedom. Rep. Dan Crenshaw, Gold Star Family's Memorial Day, dedicated to those who can never forget. Seattle police arrest at least 4 protesters during downtown march. Seattle police shut down massive beach party amid fights, arrests. Florida shooting at Miami area banquet hall leaves at least 2 dead, about 25 wounded, reports. 30-star Greta Garbo had a very active social life after leaving Hollywood behind, great-nephew says. Ginger Vualo recalls losing her grandmother, and during a painful miscarriage, God carries me through. Canada site of former Indigenous school reveals mass grave with more than 200 children buried. MLB player Marcelo Zuna arrested, accused of choking wife, slamming her against wall, reports. Memorial Day weekend, top 10 roller coasters in United States. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, May 30th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Champions League final, Christian Pulisic could be the difference for Chelsea against Manchester City, says Micah Richards. UEFA Champions League final, how to watch, coverage planned for Chelsea vs Manchester City. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Moto3 star Jason Dupasquier, 19, dies in hospital 24 hours after horror crash in qualifying. Carrie Simons dons boho organza tiered white gown and flower crown for wedding to Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson ranted at Matt Hancock over care home testing failure. Ian Paisley, how can Lord Hall be permitted to stay in the House of Lords? Boris Johnson and Carrie Simons did get married, No 10 confirms. Lord Hall should be stripped of his peerage over the Bashir scandal, says Dubs Ian Paisley. Priest demands to know how Boris Johnson and Carrie Simons could wed at Westminster Cathedral. Labour MPs claim Boris Johnson had his secret wedding to bury bad news. Nationwide to call 150 mortgage advisors as it shifts to online consultations. 2 British football fans arrested in Porto for assaulting local police. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Boris Johnson says I do in private wedding that outfoxes Britain's media. Israel, Egypt top truce with Hamas, rebuilding Gaza Strip. Judge, blame in Italy cable car deaths rests with technician. Iran indicts French tourist detained on espionage charges. In homeland of Soviet dictator Stalin, some Georgians still toast him, others seek to recount a dark past. Egypt bets on ancient finds to pull tourism out of pandemic. Government, Taliban blame each other for shellback kill 7. Muslim groups in Austria fear attacks after government publishes map of mosques. In South Korea's healing forest, the pandemic-stressed compete for the ultimate chill. In Belarus's withering crackdowns, even wearing the opposition's colors can bring trouble. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. French Open 2021, Naomi Osaka in early action on day 1, live. COVID live news, UK considering compulsory vaccination for NHS staff, Malaysia to increase immunization efforts. Cruel and unusual punishment, hotel guide's verdict on Cornish G7 venue. The Great Mistake by Jonathan Lee review, the best American novel of the year is by a Brit. Best Ditto, seeing Boy George was like coming home. Israeli opposition said to be closing in on deal to oust Netanyahu. From Minsk to Hong Kong, people power just isn't working anymore. Will Hutton. Americans stress over unshakable burden of student loan payments. American uprising, 3 U.S. cities crack down on protesters, their histories tell us why. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 2 dead, 25 people shot after 3 suspects open fire on crowd, police. Hooked on a feeling singer B.J. Thomas dies at 78. Reports, Boris Johnson, fiancée Carrie Simons wed in London. Braves of Ozuna arrested on domestic violence charge. 7 presumed dead after plane crashes into lake. MLB All-Star arrested for strangling wife, throwing her into wall, police. Chinese cargo spacecraft docks with orbital station. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Nashville hat shop faces backlash for selling anti-vaccine Nazi Jewish star. Macron threatens to withdraw French troops from Mali. Partner of Tory peer's son held over Billy's death. Belarus, hundreds join global solidarity protests. Colombia protests, Duque sends military to Cali. Africa's political dynasties, how presidents groom their sons for power. Stuck on a world tour serving soup in Lahore. How Ben Crump became America's go-to civil rights lawyer. Samantha as a party, Australia's notorious con artist sentenced for child theft. Piccadilly 1965, how 6 Indian friends found their feet in the UK. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Haitian refugees celebrate Biden's decision to protect them from deportation. We cannot ignore this, UFO sightings spark concern from more than just conspiracy theorists. Time won't heal it, the grief pandemic will torment Americans for years, experts say. Flaming gas leak forces mass home evacuations. I was kicked out, ousted California principal escorted off campus after graduation speech. AP Top Stories May 29th. Tributes for kids buried at Indigenous school site. Today in history for May 30th. Brazilians protest Bolsonaro's handling of pandemic. U.S. companies can mandate vaccinations, federal agency says. Vietnam says new variant is highly contagious. Today's COVID-19 updates. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Vandal hurls concrete slab at LA synagogue, prompting Los Angeles Police Department investigation. Los Angeles County reports 7 coronavirus deaths, officials urge caution during holiday weekend. Sports Radio Guide to NPR Morning Edition co-host, A. Martinez's public radio journey. Congressman plans legislation to recognize struggling Native American tribe in Mono Lake Basin. Huge Memorial Day weekend crowds expected at Southern California beaches. Evicted from Echo Park, he wanted to bring a homeless camp to Griffith Park. Things got messy. La Pointe councilwoman sues, accusing mayor, city of covering up sexual harassment. Column, I was going to buy an all-electric car but chickened out, here's why. Column, the masks are off and COVID-19 cases have dropped, but food insecurity won't go away with the pandemic. Workplace shootings are all too common in California, the latest one fits a pattern. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, May 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. British spies say Wuhan lab leak is feasible. Brit protest outside buy systems over weapons sales to Israel. US sends 200,000 doses of black fungus drug to India amid shortage. A petition is circulating pushing for American-born French dancer Josephine Baker to be buried in the Pantheon, an honor reserved for France's national heroes. The move would highlight the acts of courage of a free and committed artist, who was a feminist and aided the resistance during World War II. Japan, more municipalities canceling pre-Tokyo Games training camps for foreign athletes. World's tiniest pig at 10 inches tall, once thought extinct, is returning to the wild. British-born former Islamic extremist, 29, reports his parents to the police. Australia defies UN pleas over atrocities in Yemen, escalates weapons exports to Saudis. Pony, a tree sitter, dangled on a 7x4 platform suspended in the canopy of two ancient Douglas fir trees, 100 feet from the ground, as 14 RCMP officers surrounded her below. Orphans have volunteered to work in coal mines, North Korea says. Taipei mayor snaps at U.S. for balking at vaccine aid and its apparent lack of urgency in sending vaccines to Taiwan. Risk of brain-eating amoeba, flesh-eating bacteria may increase due to climate change, experts. China censors Lady Gaga, LGBT references from Friends reunion episode. Filipino scientist takes first ever journey to third deepest ocean trench on Earth, finds plastic. Work underway for forensic experts to identify, repatriate children's remains from BC residential school. The next headlines are from Forbes. The Havertz goal, how Chelsea's ruthless precision exposed Man City weakness in Champions League final. Is this the most exclusive dining experience in all of New York? American and Southwest Airlines ban alcohol from flights due to passengers' unruly behaviors. Moving HBCU scouting combined to mobile could make all the difference. Not only is this actress on Atypical, she creates game-changing courses helping thousands of creatives. Through the month of May, these 25 shows have dominated Netflix in 2021. In pictures, thousands flood Brazilian cities to protest Bolsonaro's handling of COVID-19. After 5 months, these 25 movies have dominated Netflix the most in 2021. What's at stake in Golden Knights Avalanche second-round playoff series? This old-school effervescent beverage is the wine world's answer to hard seltzer. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,708,541,614 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The World to Come director on the struggle to get female-led narratives financed. North Korean authorities execute man for selling bootleg media, report. 50 more of the best Bob Dylan covers ever recorded, bonus tracks edition. Ed Asner hails Mary Tyler Moore Show co-star Gavin MacLeod, he made everything easy. B.J. Thomas, Grammy-winning singer of Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head, dies at 78. Walden Review, an ambitious West End debut that grapples with big ideas. Oslo Review, timely HBO movie tackles landmark Israeli-Palestinian peace talks. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain and Mary Tyler Moore show star, dies at 90. A costume for Nicholas, Petty top 4th Kirina Awards. Giant Marilyn Monroe statue in Palm Springs draws criticism, have we learned nothing? The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Buried alive in Mongolia's worst sandstorms in a decade. Why Democrats are angry at Wall Street. Small plane crashes into Tennessee lake, 7 believed dead. Hooked on a feeling singer B.J. Thomas dies at 78. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. Vietnam detects new highly transmissible coronavirus variant. The remains of 215 indigenous children have been found at a former school in Canada. The U.S. has banned seafood from a Chinese company over suspicions of forced labor. Much of Ohio is Trump country, and that complicates things for the GOP. Scientists say these monkeys use an accent to communicate with their foe. The following headlines are from The Week. The mystery of Havana syndrome. The president's Venmo account. Christian Pulisic becomes first U.S. soccer player to win Champions League title as Chelsea defeats Manchester City. CNN's Jim Acosta dubs Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene partners in slime. Belarus Lukashenko filmed broing out with Putin on his yacht amid international fury. Report on allegedly Iran-backed drone strikes highlight need for U.S. to leave Iraq, security analyst argues. Republican 9/11 Commission chair warns GOP's January 6 rejection sets a bad precedent. A new study suggests Trump's 2016 victory may have been a historical inevitability. Economists surprise Trump-era tax break survived Biden budget plan. 5 cartoons about the GOP's Marjorie Taylor Greene embarrassment. The next headlines are from Universe Today. A dark matter map of our local cosmic neighborhood. Dunes trapped in a crater on Mars form this interesting pattern. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, May 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. How a Venus flytrap knows to snapshot. Photos, the close Mercury-Venus conjunction. Why is the sun's atmosphere hotter than its surface? Ring of Fire solar eclipse on June 10th. Today in science, this solar eclipse proved Einstein right. Moon swings by Saturn and Jupiter on late May and early June mornings. The next news is from Politico. France's plan to rein in big tech, and Ireland and Luxembourg. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Boris Johnson marries in secret ceremony. Big EU lawsuit against Facebook morphs into 3-year partnership with complainants. Bitcoin for the masses, Washington policymakers aren't buying it. We know occupation, the long history of Black American solidarity with Palestinians. U.S. monitoring Iranian warships that may be headed to Venezuela. Assault on democracy, Biden torches Texas voting bill. SA reports highest travel numbers since pandemic hit. Democrats plot Medicaid expansion backdoor in red states refusing program. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. A strained victory for Jocko Grote. Global talent migrants cut, skilled migrants up as calls grow for reform. Port Sink Dockers, on cusp of top 4. 3 Panthers to debut for NSW in Origin as injury forces late reshuffle. Take responsibility, Feds rebuff Victorian plea for lockdown assistance. Richmond Indigenous star back for Dreamtime game in Perth. 7-day lockdown not long enough to justify special federal help. Wanderers keep season alive with plucky win over Roar. Aged care residents set for jab after staffer's mystery case. Ryan to be looked at for finger gesture as Eagles sweat on Kelly. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Moneyest, my wife has 125 lipsticks. Her $11K cosmetics bill is our household's largest expense, exceeding vehicles and housing. The Moneyest, my mother, 65, passed away and left me her house and mortgage. Her partner, 72, lives there. What are my moral obligations? Howard Gold's no-nonsense investing, a wake-up call to retirees who don't get enough sleep. Help me retire. I'm 49, my wife is 34, we have 4 kids and $2.3 million saved. I earn $300K a year but lose a lot of sleep worrying about tomorrow. When can I retire? Help me retire. I'm 52, won't live past 80 and have $1.6 million. I am tired of both the rat race and workplace politics. Should I retire? Outside the box, how to fight off boredom in retirement. Need to know, Bitcoin and bonds won't cut it. Buy these 6 types of assets for protection in a bear market, says strategist. Airbnb, Vrbo and Vegas vacation rental fees are making hotels seem like a bargain. The tell, why the bond market might not suffer another taper tantrum when the Fed signals it's ready to move. The tell, investors may be willing to sacrifice returns for ESG, but here's where they haven't had to, says Deutsche Bank. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. The Sonnery Salverain by F.P. Jern, a legend in its own time. Reprise, Quill and Pad. Ruling upheld against Valve Steam controller patent case, rock paper shotgun. Professor Shanku O El Dorado, UK Asian Film Festival, the Reviews Hub. Nidhi Aayog's position on compulsory licensing fails both Nidhi and Nyaya, The Wire Science. The next headlines are from Quartz. Siri and Alexa still don't support African languages. African voice recognition, Ghana's feel-good social bonds, Ethiopia's blockchain moment. America has a rich history of innovation by Asian immigrants. How geological research has upended our understanding of historical African farming. Weekend edition, what Rio George Floyd, COVID's true toll in India, opening the Arctic. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, May 23-29. Unofficial Amiibo guidebook will be released with changes to appease Nintendo. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Boston Bruins. Mexico. Yellowstone. Utah Jazz. Indy 500. Bruins. Devin Haney. Marcell Ozuna. Sixers. B.J. Thomas. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. I never expected anything from him, ex-champ Khabib Nurmagomedov plays down remarks by UFC's Chimaev and Chechen leader Kadyrov. Get these men a map, stray U.S. soldiers raid Bulgarian plant making biofuel equipment in bungled exercise, video. It's official, Bajo's cloak and dagger wedding to fiancée Carrie Simons confirmed by Number 10. Watch, tens of thousands march against President Bolsonaro's response to COVID in Brazil. Is this the first truly global gas price benchmark? 117 employees sue Houston hospital network over vaccination mandate, say they don't want to be guinea pigs. Europeans can now take a beach holiday, but does their summer relaxation signal a new wave of COVID contagions on the horizon? Armed protesters march for reparations in Tulsa, Oklahoma as the city marks 100th anniversary of Black Massacre. Russia's industrial production surges over 7% in April. No Nazis in Nashville, protesters besiege hat store, brands cut ties with owner who brandished not vaccinated yellow star. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Steadfast Defender, a look at NATO's massive war games on the Black Sea. Abramson, critical race theory versus American exceptionalism. Space plane startup promises Los Angeles to Tokyo in 1 hour. Coming soon, China's Navy patrolling off New York. Australian mouse plague may last 2 years, rodents by Sydney invasion. Appellate court strikes down racial and gender preferences in Biden's COVID relief law. Prosecutors seek to seize $15 million fly fishing lodge in biggest U.S. tax evasion case ever. Restricting freedom didn't defeat COVID. EPA orders shutdown of St. Croix refinery after oil rains down on the island. Could Facebook's DM become FedCoin by default? The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Sri Lanka launches probe after burning ship pollutes beaches. UK PM Johnson marries fiancé in surprise wedding ceremony. In pictures, tens of thousands protest Bolsonaro's COVID moves. COVID-19, India promises 120 million vaccine doses for June. Morrison in New Zealand for talks amid differences on China. Saudi-led coalition says it destroyed drone launched by Houthis. Israel, end of the Benjamin Netanyahu era may be near. Top Thai meat producer shuts factory over coronavirus outbreak. France's Macron threatens to pull troops out of Mali. Killing with impunity, Israel's undercover unit in Palestine. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Veterans rip Kamala Harris for tone-deaf Memorial Day weekend tweet. Hillary Clinton spreads fake news, angry mob at the Capitol killed a policeman. Watch, former Black Lives Matter activist, I learned the ugly truth. Kamala Harris asks U.S. corporations to create jobs in Central America. Facebook employees accuse company of bias against Arabs, Muslims. Watch, Georgetown students sign fake petition to cancel Memorial Day over American imperialism. Rand Paul, Fauci vaccine push more about uniformity of submission, less about science. Vulnerable Democrat Conor Lamb makes radical left turn, filibuster has to go. Report, suspect in Cache German homicide allegedly tried to snatch toddler girl in February. California cafe charges patrons $5 for wearing masks, it's their choice. The next headlines are from UPI News. Free diver finds engagement ring at bottom of Britain's largest lake. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Baby elephant rescued after falling into Indian well 30 feet deep. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Goody takes flight at airport as man buys ticket for someone desperate to get home. Young man finally finds his jam at local McDonald's, singing every order at best drive-thru ever. Watch. Judge gave drug dealer a second chance 16 years later, he swore him in as a lawyer. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, May 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Monkeys steal coronavirus blood samples after attacking lab assistant. The Office, gas station proposal was show's most expensive scene. Satanist beheaded his cellmate and made a necklace of his dismembered body parts without guards at a California jail noticing, report says. U.S. promoter is charging unvaccinated fans $1,000 for ticket to upcoming punk show. Gay embarrassing bodies Dr. Christian Jessen must pay $125,000 to former DUP leader Arlene Fluster, after he claimed she was having an extramarital affair. How Friends helps people around the world learn English language. Teachers say the show is a near-perfect amalgam of easy-to-understand English and real-life scenarios that feel familiar even to people who live worlds away from the West Village. Conservationists work to end skyscraper bird collision massacres. Former ADL head says he's canceling knit subscription over front page blood libel. The May 28 print edition of the Times featured several photos of children in the Gaza Strip who were killed in the recent Israel-Hamas conflict, as well as 2 children in Israel who died. The bidet's revival, invented centuries ago in France, but bidet has never taken off in the States. That might be changing. Canadian politician William Amos caught on camera urinating just weeks after nudity gaffe. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Bacteria are better alien hunters than you, sorry, squishy human. It's time to make stringent cybersecurity for infrastructure companies mandatory. For just $75, the Nordic Hig Air Chill is the personal air conditioner everybody needs this summer. These wireless treble Z2 headphones deliver premium sound for under $75. Inside Helsinki's big plans to have the best urban mobility by 2035. Why is other in my iPhone storage taking up so much space and how do I clear it? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, May 30th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Rudy Gobert, Utah Jazz react to the death of franchise legend Mark Eaton. Utah Jazz used dominant late run to beat Memphis Grizzlies 121-111, take 2-1 series lead. RSL gets more attacking depth with signing of Argentinian winger Jonathan Mendez. The triple team, Jazz backcourt of Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell carry team to Game 3 win over Grizzlies. 3 points, RSL leaves more points on field in 1-1 draw, Mac Math starts, and Freddie Juarez makes himself clear on subs. Utah Jazz vs Memphis Grizzlies buzz, Mike Conley, Utah Jazz get last laugh as they show their playoff experience. Man dies when small plane crashes near Powder Mountain Ski Resort. 2 die in separate Utah shootings at the start of Memorial Day weekend. Why not Spanish Fork, Don's top Maple Mountain for 5A state baseball title. Gordon Munson, Mark Eaton, the world's tallest Good Samaritan, is gone. Hopefully his outlook on life is not. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Jerusalem Post, Israel's Gaza Strip bombing was world's first AI war. Twitter and Facebook admit they wrongly blocked millions of posts about Gaza Strip airstrikes. Robots and AI will guide Australia's first fully automated farm. Coalition including Microsoft, Linux Foundation, GitHub urge green software development. Amazon's Echo Show can now watch your house for you. Intelligent NFT created link to a machine learning chatbot. Could zinc batteries replace lithium-ion batteries on the power grid? Now generally available, Microsoft's open source Java distribution, Microsoft build of OpenJDK. A new worker-owned cooperative starts competing with Uber and Lyft. Would it even be possible to communicate with an alien? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Illinois approves ban on police deception in juvenile interrogations. University City Police investigate fatal shooting. Driver killed in wrong way crash on Highway 364. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Singer BJ Thomas dies at 78. Illinois House allows college athletes to sign endorsements. Missouri lawmakers fail to cancel debts from benefit mistakes. Family, friend hold rally for 31-year-old slain a year ago. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office identifies man killed in shootout with authorities. American Airlines extends suspension of alcohol service. Alcohol can contribute to atypical behavior. Motorcyclist dies after falling from I-64 in downtown St. Louis. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Diego lifeguards on high alert for Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day travel expected to break records at San Diego International Airport. Tatis tying HR in 9th, Myers HR in 12th, Padres beat Astros. Health officials urge caution over Memorial Day weekend. Humane Society helps rescue horse in Escondido. Bear attacks hiker at Yellowstone National Park, causes significant injuries. Average San Diego County gas price on the rise again. Cool weather in San Diego County this weekend with a warm-up on Memorial Day. Motorcyclist killed on I-8. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Spy, has the stock market begun to turn around? StockNews.com. Scared Kim Kardashian West granted temporary restraining order against alleged stalker. Spy, stars flying for NZ's new TV production boom, NZ Herald. Oregon sex offender accused of placing hidden camera in restroom to spy at Peace Health in Vancouver. Alexa has a secret new superpower, transforming into a security camera. Before the Family Man 2, watch these 7 best spy thriller movies on Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus Hotstar and more. Tackle a new tropical island dictatorship in October with Far Cry 6 The Otaku Study. Best smartwatch for kids 2021, fitness trackers and more popular science. Minnesota neighbor from hell facing stalking charges, couple trying to move away, report. The U.S. says the agency has evaded the latest Russian hacks, NBC4 Washington, Florida News Times. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukraine is developing its first unmanned attack helicopter. Croatian government approves Rafale F-3R fighter jet buy. Russia to arm Mi-28NM helicopter with long-range cruise missile. U.S. Army equips its Abrams tanks with jam-resistant GPS system. U.S. Army could get up to 400 launchers of the new air defense system. Undisclosed customer orders for Russian SR-3M ultralight assault rifles. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. More than 200 Aussies found at Indigenous school in Canada. Giants stay hot on road, beats Dodgers 11-6. Hooked on a feeling singer BJ Thomas dies at 78. As reopening nears, Californians spend holiday in upbeat mood. Remembering VTA shooting victim Abdi Alagmandan. Governor Newsom pardons inmate firefighters. San Francisco celebrates Carnival 2021. VTA says services will continue to be suspended after mass shooting. Drug-sniffing police dogs forced into early retirement as marijuana becomes legalized. More than 200 Aussies found at Indigenous school in Canada. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. N'Golo Kant, the humble star close to winning it all. Canadians beat Maple Leafs 3-2 in OT to force Game 7. Rays beat Phillies 5-3 for 14th victory in 15 games. Diaz, Zard score in Columbus 2-1 win over Toronto FC. Frida Kahlo sneak peek at COD delights Mexican Consul General, others. Illinois House unanimously passes ban on deceptive interrogation of juveniles. Facts matter, COVID vaccine doesn't inject magnetic microchip. Illinois House vote updates state sex education curriculum. Illinois House passes controversial gun bill inspired by Henry Pratt shooting in Aurora. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 421. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km/h, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 7.52 km, in Japan May 29, 2021, 1:02 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, May 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Strong winds toss small airplanes at Central Texas Airport. Travelers have less restrictions while flying ahead of Memorial Day weekend. 2 dead, over 20 wounded in shooting outside Miami banquet hall, police say. 5 ex-Grammy winner B.J. Thomas dies of lung cancer complications at 78. Nail salon owner shot in the chest after possible dispute over bill, sources say. Fake cop played role in missing 6-year-old boy's disappearance from Southwest Houston, grandmother says. 3 major movie theater chains lift mask requirements for vaccinated. Mostly dry for the rest of your Memorial Day weekend, rain chances increase midweek. 58-year-old pilot killed in plane crash at Pearland Regional Airport, DPS said. Gavin McLeod, Love Boat captain and Mary Tyler Moore show alum, dies at 90. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The latest, Naomi Osaka opens play at French Open. UK PM Boris Johnson marries fiancé in private ceremony. New Zealand hosts Australia PM in first meeting since outbreak. O'Neill homers again, Cards and D-backs to 13th loss in row. Mariners win 3-2, hand Rangers 11th straight road loss. Oldest American, fastest woman on Everest returns safely. Solano, Longoria HR, Webb sharp as Giants beat Dodgers 11-6. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, Disneyland may have finally met its match. Vaccine Scratch Lotto will be offered at several new vaccine sites starting May 31st, Cuomo says. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Humpbacks caught singing in NY waters raise new mysteries about their lifestyles. Plans for homeless shelter on Billionaires Row can move forward after state court rejects lawsuit. In last weeks of heated race for Manhattan District Attorney, cash and major endorsements roll in. Gateway Tunnel project, left in limbo during Trump presidency, gets approved. Here are your Manhattan Henge 2021 dates. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. First person, a human swan inspiring climate action. UN Security Council welcomes Somali agreement on prompt and peaceful elections. Millets prove tasty solution to climate and food security challenges. No Manals, more gender equality in Indonesia, a UN resident coordinator blog. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Gavin McLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. Can you throw a saw blade through a 2x4? Did Andrew the Giant play Bigfoot on TV? Is watermelon Oklahoma's official state vegetable? Defense for some Capitol rioters, election misinformation. GOP blocks Capitol riot probe, displaying loyalty to Trump. Did actor Rick Moranis quit acting to raise his children? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The head of the 9/11 Commission is looking at COVID now. Have you heard? Gossip is back. The best summer reads of 2021. Will Biden ever get off his ass to save democracy? OMG, I want to rent that house, Ibiza, Spain. How these Rothkos were restored without touching the canvas. Forget art and gems, thieves make discreet millions at the library. Think conservatives are censored on social media? Try being a porn star. While you're at the beach, Biden's racing to spend $6 trillion. The untold story of Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard's secret pact with Nazi propagandist Leni Riefenstahl. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Mass shooting erupts at Miami area concert, 2 dead and more than 20 wounded. Yankees Zach Britton throws 18 pitches in first rehab outing. Other fallout from Derrick Rose becoming Knicks starter. Healthcare workers sue Houston Methodist Hospital over COVID-19 vaccine mandates. Mets James McCann starting 2 hits and fill-in move to first base. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. U.S. braces for extreme weather conditions coast to coast. Rare superflower blood moon lunar eclipse captured in photos. U.S. braces for extreme temperatures over Memorial Day weekend. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Small plane crashes into Tennessee lake, all 7 on board killed. California not seeking a new death sentence for Scott Peterson. Expected delays as New Yorkers rank mayoral picks for first time in city history. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson marries Carrie Simons in a secret wedding. More than 200 children found buried near Canadian residential school. Protesters surround controversial Nashville hat store, Stepson pulls business after offensive star of David post. Florida concert promoter charging non-vaccinated people $9.99 for tickets to a show, $18 for those with shots. Biden slams restrictive Texas Republican voting bill as wrong and un-American. With weed becoming legal more places, pot-sniffing pooches put to pasture. California prison guards reportedly did not notice after Satanist killer beheaded cellmate. The following headlines are from military.com. Frequent military funeral duty may increase soldiers' risk of suicide, officer warns. Is it respectful to celebrate Memorial Day? Search for survivors of overturned Cuban boat near Key West continues. As Russia tensions simmer, NATO conducts massive war games. Sri Lanka facing marine disaster from burning ship, official. Iwo Jima Memorial was buried for years at Camp Slow, here's how it was found and restored. LGBTQ and indigenous focus groups hope to influence Air Force policy. From Potter's Field to National Cemetery, a Medal of Honor recipient is laid to rest. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Pedestrian walks into oncoming traffic on Lakeshore Drive and Gold Coast, critically hurt, police say. With Madigan gone, Democrats roll Republicans in Springfield to keep control, reward allies. Man dead, at least 6 wounded so far during Memorial Day holiday weekend, police say. Chicago-based TikTok influencer promotes COVID-19 vaccine to his peers, I want to party. 5 people, including Dreadhead Cowboy, arrested after causing disturbance and disrupting traffic on Dan Ryan Expressway, police say. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois Bridge Phase Metrics, daily updates on trends in coronavirus cases, deaths, hospitalizations and vaccinations, and progress toward full reopening. Illinois COVID-19 Vaccine Tracker, 30,386 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 5,238,796, 41.12% of the state's population including 75.38% of those over 65, 54,773 doses administered yesterday. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 37 new deaths, 802 new confirmed and probable cases and 61,125 new test results. The statewide positivity rate for cases is 1.8%. The following headlines are from phys.org. California already in throes of drought as summer looms. China launches cargo rocket with supplies for space station. Nearly 400,000 flee Dr. Congo City over fears volcano could erupt again. Retro milk float brings Londoner zero plastic groceries. High waves wash out Chicago beaches as Lake Michigan reopens. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, May 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Small parties look to gain in Cyprus parliamentary vote. Summertime, and the sloganeering is a little awkward. Ukrainian ambassador in Thailand dies on resort island. Leading off, Giants-Dodgers, Tribe plays 2, DeGrom at night. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, May 30th, 2021. Word Game, May 30th, 2021. Horoscopes, May 30th, 2021, Adina Menzel, love and honesty go hand in hand. Watch, speed climbing record broken twice in a day at Salt Lake City event. Ask Amy, I'm tired of this freeloading couple, and now I have a reason to bar them from our house. Dear Abby, my guests were disrespectful when I was performing for them. Balanced defense crushes Dodgers pitchers, SF Giants pass rivals in NL West standings. My San Jose street is a nightmare, what can be done about the speeders? Roadshow. More states ease lingering virus rules as vaccine rates rise. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Families heartened as Arlington National Cemetery rolls back COVID-19 restrictions. Nancy Pelosi's punishment for violating security screening, mask mandates faces legal test. Devout Catholic Biden runs afoul of Catholic Church again by dropping Hyde Amendment. Reports, Boris Johnson, fiancée Carrie Simons wed in London. This Memorial Day, Rare Blue Group asks people to run with specific fallen vet in mind. Facebook whistleblower who exposed vaccine hesitancy crackdown fired. Arizona election audit promises more intrigue than answers. Vietnam finds new virus variant, hybrid of India, UK strains. Biden budget betrays promises, too harsh on migrants, civil rights, immigration activists say. Amazon launches self-care booths for stressed out workers. The next headlines are from The Intercept. One man's no-fly list nightmare. A police killing in St. Louis remains shrouded in darkness. Jewish and Palestinian mobs dueled in Israeli towns, but the crackdown came for one side. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. 50 years of progress in women's health. Less is more, new take on machine learning helps us scale up phase transitions. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Dear Abby, my late husband's kids and grandkids never see me, unless they want something. Man killed in Logan Square shooting, police. Man hurt in shooting on Lakeshore Drive and near South Side. Vehicle crashes into Chicago fire station in Jefferson Park. Braves of Marcelo Zuna arrested on domestic violence charge. Horoscope for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Red Stars start strong but cannot hold on and lost to Dash. Teen boy shot in University Village. Justice for Anthony Alvarez rally met by counter-protesters in Jefferson Park. Depth carries White Sox to doubleheader sweep of Orioles. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Watch, speed climbing record broken twice in a day at Salt Lake City event, the Mercury News. Norfolk man's roll on board record-breaking Atlantic boat, Eastern Daily Press. Irfan Mesud breaks Guinness World Record for 55 push-ups in 1 minute, Ball News. Physically challenged ex-army man from Chhattisgarh becomes world record holder in driving, the New Indian Express. China's artificial sun sets new world record, CGTN. Hobbs Kessler 3 hours, 34 minutes, and 36 seconds to crush Alan Webb's legendary high school 1,500 record, Let'sRun.com. State won't report coronavirus data during Memorial Day weekend, WPTV.com. Elite Loppet weekend kicks off with world record performance by Wild Love, harness racing update. Canadian runner Nate Reek shatters his own Paralympic world record at Portland track meet, CBC.ca. Before Olympic summer, Swimming World magazine. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Plastic waste from burning ship buries Sri Lanka's coastline. Years later, Venmo finally gives users the option to make friends list private. You'll have to wait until June for Apple's paid podcast subscription service. Robert Palmer Watkins gets recurring role on The Walking Dead, World Beyond. Movie theater chains allowing vaccinated patrons to go maskless. Mark Wahlberg and Antione Fuqua were blindsided by Paramount Plus News. John Krasinski has his notes ready for A Quiet Place 3. A major study on how sperm move has been retracted. Backpedaling, WhatsApp says it won't lobotomize accounts that refuse privacy policy update. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Sibi in Pakistan at 122 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Amazon devices will soon automatically share your internet with neighbors. Ancient Cemetery tells a tale of constant, low-level warfare. The best Memorial Day sales we can find on laptops, video games, and more tech. Stardew Valley, the board game, a loving production but a mixed review from Grandpa. Trinitite, the radioactive rock buried in New Mexico before the Atari games. Rewilding, 4 tips to let nature thrive. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Conservatives keep telling judges that no reasonable person would believe what they say, analysis. DC cops finally admit they used tear gas to clear Lafayette Square for Trump photo op. California is already in throes of drought, and there are fears of massive fires. Watch, Kraken lawyer says Trump can simply be reinstated as president, despite the Constitution. I am not a conspiracy theorist, Mike Flynn to QAnon gathering, adding Trump won. Family calls out dead wrong anti-vax pastor after coronavirus fatality. Mentally unstable, up and down, San Jose shooter's former girlfriend details sexual abuse. Roger Stone predicts a Donald Trump criminal indictment is on the horizon. Watch, Anderson Cooper details the insanity that unfolded when QAnon targeted him. Portland protesters chase man they think is notorious conservative, who has to hide in a hotel, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Relocating climate-stricken species is a very tricky business. Vaccination rates are going back up thanks to the teens. Republicans are passing laws to keep teachers from talking about race. People are starting to travel again and they're acting like buttholes. The climate crisis is taking a serious toll on our mental health. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. We cannot ignore this. UFO sightings spark concern from more than just conspiracy theorists. USA Today. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Tracking receptor proteins to unveil molecular bases of memory and learning. See Tech Daily. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, May 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Evidence destroyed. Read The Secret Pentagon UFO Program and Luis Elizondo. Navy warships swarmed by UFOs. Radar confirms video. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News8. All rights reserved.